I don't want to know you. I don't care about you. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you.
Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of You Up to My App. I'm still Erica Starr, and today I'm here with
Anthony Lara.
And today you're going to witness two friends who haven't seen each other in
7 years? 6 years? I've seen you at the feast a couple times.
Yeah, that doesn't count though.
That doesn't count?
That was in passing.
All right, so 10 years.
Yeah, a fucking decade.
Wow. Took you long enough.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get into it, see where we end up from there. So one thing that the reason I asked Lara to come on this podcast is because, I knew him in middle school. And then one day I'm looking at his Instagram and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy does stand-up comedy. And that is one ballsy thing to do. So I just want to lead with this and ask, like, how'd you get there? How'd that happen?
First of all, thank you for calling me by my middle school name. I appreciate that.
What?
That's very Lara. No one has called
me
that.
You Lara?
Yes, nobody has called me that in so long.
I didn't even catch that.
No, but you get the.
That's crazy.
That's just what you called me. So I just wanted to tell you,
Whoa. See, damn.
I appreciate that.
Cool.
I appreciate it. But no, yeah. How did I get into stand-up? I started my freshman year of college. I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I was just right out of high school. All my friends were in college. I had, parted ways with my high school friends. And I just needed something to do after school. Because, I don't know if you know, obviously, yeah. But, you're in college, you meet people. Yeah. And then your schedule's constantly changing. Mm-hmm. So by the time I would get close with people, I would just never see them again, that quickly. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, this is not it, and I need something to do. So I'd always been thinking about it since I was probably a sophomore in high school, but it wasn't until my senior year of high school that my teachers were telling me, yo, you should try stand up,
Really?
Because I was I wasn't a class clown, but I was one of those kids who was if the teacher would say something, I would call something out and make everybody laugh. So one of my teachers was like, you should do stand up.
Did they mean it in an asshole way, or did they?
No, they meant don't do that in my class. Do it somewhere else. Yeah, do it in a controlled environment. Yeah. So I'd been thinking about it ever since then, and then I just pulled the trigger. Just right out of college, right out of high school. Freshman year of college, and I remember the first time I ever did it. It wasn't well. Now I'm looking back on it. It was trash. It was so bad, but it was good enough for me to feel like I could get better at it one day, Yeah. Because I knew in the moment that it was whatever. And I think this doesn't really feel right, my first open mic was a 5-minute open mic, so every comic got 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. I was dead last on the list. Mm-hmm. It was by the time that it was 20 comics, I think. By the time I had gone up, it was only 2 people left in the audience.
Okay, but that's good.
Yeah, it was something, but still, it was just there has to be something more than this. You know? And that's what kept me going, was just thinking about the next time. All right, next time might be better.
That is so scary. I get scared, just sitting here in front of a camera, assuming that, people are going to watch. How do you organize a set? How do you structure that? Because I watched you, not a lot, but, your typical John Mulaney, Pete Davidson,
right.
Those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I might just sound real stupid. When I watch stand up, I'm always how much of that is real life? Because you guys tell stories that shit happened. I'm there's no way your life is that crazy for that to happen. How much I would not to say you're speaking for everyone, but how much of at least your sets would you say is real life versus, just being a comedian?
My set is all of it is real life. So I talk about it's all everything. It's an accumulation of thoughts that have been, things that have been thought about for over a period of time. It's not things all happen within a month and then that's an hour of material, So these
really?
are all, yeah. So literally people will write about things that happened 5 years ago to as recent as last night. So it's all just an accumulation of those things. And they're all sporadic too. You might be able to pull one thing from 5 years ago and another thing from, whatever last week. And say it all in the same set. As long as it correlates and as long as you could get an idea out of all of that, then it's fine. You could do whatever you want with it.
So would you say, like, do you have like a journal of just every like fucked up thing that happens, or like funny or somewhat like interesting enough for a set kind of thing?
I do have a journal. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh my gosh. Come on. No.
Yeah, no, I don't write anything down. I just kind of like, no, but thing is that, all right, the reason I don't write things physically, pen and paper, is because I'm aware of the things that I've been through. I have sat with it long enough to realize, okay, this is what I got out of this. This is why it happened, and this is what it happened for. So I'm I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I'm so in touch with my emotions, but like,
but I'm in touch with my emotions.
I'm in touch with my, yeah. I'm just, I know how to look at I think Dave Chappelle calls it standing too close to an elephant. You know, like if you stand the elephant is so big, so if you stand too close to the elephant, you can't see the whole elephant. You gotta take a step back and look at the whole thing for what it is. So I know how to take the step back from the elephant and look at the whole thing for what it is. And that's how I write all my jokes, you know, as I kind of just look at the situations that I've been through for what it is. And then I take so when I think about things, it comes out as a huge thought, this huge ball of nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's taking my pen or whatever it is. I don't have a pen, but you know what I mean? I'm still writing. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm taking my tools, everything that I've learned from my mentors, and I take this huge ball of nonsense and I whittle it down to this little ball of one thought.
Little atom of thought.
Like, yeah, literally just like it might even be one, like from this whole big thought, I might get one line out of that.
Okay.
But as long as that line is the joke, then that's all that matters.
So how do you rehearse a set? Because those, like, I feel like sets always come off super like nonchalant and as if like it's the first time you said it.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Well, I do a lot of open mics. So there's like shows and then there's open mics. Open mics traditionally are comics watching other comics, and then we'll all just, it's pretty much like a workshop. We'll workshop our jokes like that. And then I also I do this like, well, I haven't done it recently, but I do this like writing workshop with one of my mentors, Dante Nero. And yeah, Dante's taught me a lot about He's the one that I got the idea from. Like it's not even like an ideology, but it's like, it's just, it makes sense, you know, like you don't have to include the nonsense in it. Like I consider like somebody like Dante, who I really appreciate, because he's from the era of comedy of like, you know, Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal, you know, Jim Norton, all those people that I like, my favorite era of comedy, because I was a student of comedy before I even started doing comedy.
Okay.
That whole era was my favorite era, and Dante was a part of that. So he had taught me, like, well, the first thing he told me was to shut up. That's the first thing that he ever,
Okay.
I used to, because when you're like 18, 19, and you're that young in that like really mature of a world, you know, you're just excited to be there and you want to get in every single thought that you possibly could think of. And Dante was just like, man, shut up. You don't need to be talking, so don't talk. And I was like, and the more you do shut up, the more you look like you sit back and you listen to people and you learn a lot more, especially from somebody like Dante. If I just shut up around Dante, I'll learn a lot. And I credit that a lot for like, you know, being able to keep my head on for as long as I have. So yeah, no, Dante, going back to like my actual stand-up though, Dante taught me, I consider Dante to be like a butcher. If you like that's the best way I could put it. Like the way Dante does.
Elaborate.
Like, all right, so a butcher would take this huge whatever cow's leg, right? And sharpens his knife, chops it up, right? Removes the fat, removes all the stuff you don't want, right? And then he'll give you this piece of meat that's all meat and it's all good and it's all appetizing. Dante does the same thing with his jokes.
Oh, so he cuts the fat.
Yeah, he'll cut the fat and he'll cut all the nonsense and he'll cut everything. And he's a master at it too, literally. If you ever watch Dante Nero do comedy, he's like on point, like, because Dante's been doing it for as long as I've been born. So like as long as I've been alive, you know, Dante is, yeah.
Okay, I feel like my version of that, because I work in like a newsy kind of job and I also do like my video editing stuff. It's my version of what we call kill your darlings, where it's just kind of like, even though you think you should be saying that, or even though you even had the thought to even mention it or add it or include it, you shouldn't. It's not worth it. It's not giving people what they want, what they need, or what they even give a fuck about.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but what, like, okay, let me ask this first. Like, do you have any jokes or like stories that you tell regularly because you know that they're a hit?
I do. Yeah, I have a few. I have one about my sister because my sister's LGBTQ. And I
Okay.
tell a story about that, about her coming out story. I have a joke about that. I have a couple of jokes about the first time Donald Trump ran for president. That was a big topic when I was starting out. So I have a few jokes about that. And then other than that, it's all just like things that'll happen along the way that I'm like, okay, that could.
All right. So which one are you proud enough of to tell me right now?
Oh my God. Do a dance now. I don't know. People ask me that all the time, and then my mind always goes blank.
Because you write that shit in your brain. You're not writing it down.
No, it's because I'm proud of all of them.
Okay.
Like, I believe in all of them. So, like, when someone tells me, like, yo, tell me a joke, and then I got to think about it, I'm like, damn, they're all really good.
Okay. But, like, you know what? We'll sit on that, and you got to sift through your brain and find out which one is the one by the end.
Okay.
So back to what you said, how you're like, everything I do is great. Let's talk about the times that it wasn't.
Okay.
So what is that process like for you when you're like looking back at all your old stuff and you're like, this shit is trash?
Yeah. I think it just puts everything into perspective, For me, what I'm really grateful for is the fact that I have enough self-awareness to be able to listen to my mentors and respect my mentors' advice. And, going back to Dante, because Dante's taught me so much, literally. I credit so much to Dante. But, one of the first things that I was actually talking to him about this last night. One of the first things he taught me was don't ask questions that you know the answer to, and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. So it's just like it's like the majority of people, especially in comedy, if they go up to like people more experienced than them, people better than them, and they ask them for advice, they're 99.9% of the time they're expecting an answer back that they already have in their head.
Yeah,
because people are crazy. Comics are crazy.
Yeah, you're all cracked out.
Yeah. There's a lot of goofballs doing comedy right now, but
it's kind of the point.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, but there's just people are so in their head and so just like, unwilling to just like accept the truth for what it is and accept that, I could get better here, or I don't need to be doing this, because people believe in what they do so much. And that's fine, but it's just not good. So,
do you think it's safe to say that comics are like, maybe that's the word, are like cocky and stubborn? Like for the most part?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like from what I've heard, and I mean, obviously you would know this more than I would because this is just a random thought I have. I always hear all this shit about Eddie Murphy. And me personally, I love the guy, but I've heard a whole lot of nonsense, especially for like the behind the scenes, for like the Coming to America movies and stuff, that like he had very specific conditions for things. And I don't know, like you saying that now, I'm just like, it checks out from the stuff that I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think every comic is cocky to an extent.
Well, I think you have to be ballsy enough to go in front of a crowd and think that you're going to be funny.
Yeah, but only 2% of them have a right to be cocky. I think the other 98% should probably, go to school, become dentists or something,
I guess.
And they know who they are because they're watching this. I'm talking to you, by the way. You should just stop while you're ahead.
Damn. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, I had a question. Oh, it just left me.
Oh man.
No. Wait.
Give her a second.
It's coming. Hold on.
Talk, tick, tock.
All right, don't do that shit. I'm not gonna fucking remember if you do that. Oh my gosh. Wait.
Was it about being cocky?
No.
Did it have anything to do with what we're talking about right now?
Yes. Like I was like, oh yeah, this is so relevant.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm gonna say it. Eddie Murphy.
Cocky.
No, it's gone. It left.
You should be a dentist.
Took the highway. Dentist. That felt like somewhere I was going.
Teeth.
Nope. Lost it. Gone.
Man. It's all right.
Damn. Okay. All right.
I won't hold it against you.
I will. Okay. So enough about, the terrible people in comedy. Tell me about one of your high points of your comedic career, if that's the word for it, or words.
Yeah, no, man, well, for me, one that really sticks out was I was doing this show, I think 2 years ago. I tell people that I've been doing stand up for 7 years, but I've actually been doing it for 2 because I've only been good for like 2.
Yeah.
It just all that other time, all the 5 years before that was all learning and all, experiencing things and stuff like that. But I've been good at it for 2 years. So 2 years ago, I was doing a show. And it was a great show. All my friends were on the show. Keith Carlisle was hosting. Shout out to Keith Carlisle. He's a great comedian, and I love Keith Carlisle. But he was hosting, and I was on stage, and I had a really, really good set that night. I don't know what it was about. I think I was just finally like I said, all the stuff that I had learned from my mentors, I had finally applied it and written an entire set off of the stuff that I applied. So, everything was hidden. All the cylinders were moving. Everything was going great. And then I got off stage, and one comic that I had really admired before I even started doing comedy, his name is Greer Barnes. And he went on after me, but I didn't know that Greer had seen my set before he went on himself. So Greer watched my whole set. Then he went on, completely murdered. And then I got off stage, and we're chilling at the bar. I see Greer. I go up to just give him like a pound. I'm like, yo, Greer, good set. And so he went like this, thank you. And then he looked up, he saw my face, and then he stuck his hand out to shake my hand. And he goes, young man, great work. That was brilliant. That was great. Keep on going. Keep on writing. You got a future. Just, keep on going.
Aww.
So that point, that for me was more, it was less of like I did that, and more of like okay, like this is serious now.
Yeah.
Like, I need to.
It's time to fucking lock in.
Yeah. Like it's time to really like I said, everything that I had like learned from the people before me. Now it's time to keep on applying it and keep on. I got people that now I have people that I can like legitimately I can let people down now. So
yeah.
Oh,
that's such a sweet thing to think about. See, like I don't think I've ever had one of those moments, and I wish I did. Like, no, because it's like the kind of stuff that I do, like, for me at least, like when it comes to like my recording videos and events and stuff, and then I'm on camera at work, I'm doing new stuff, I'm editing, I'm doing all these things. There isn't anyone that is like, that I can say is like a role model in that respect, because it's like, I'm just pasting stuff together, and I don't want my stuff to look like anybody else's. I want my stuff to look like mine, and I don't want to pull inspiration from people whose stuff I like, because I don't know, that whole thing when it comes to art about like stealing and copying, it's still tough for me to wrap my head around, because I'm just, I want to be unique. But it's like, no thought's original. And I don't have anyone to give me props that I'd be like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
Because even then for this podcast, it's like, it's my personality. Like, the most I can get is, oh my God, you're cool. Like, it's just like, there's nothing for people to say to me that has me like, oh, like I'm doing something. Except recently, and this might be outdated by the time this comes out. Recently, I had a video on Instagram that hit 127,000 plays.
Congratulations.
And I kid you not, I thought it was famous. It was the best 48 hours of my life.
Oh, man.
The numbers were going up, and I'm like, what the heck is happening?
I know. Time to get security.
Yeah.
Time to...
No, because for me, I was like, am I funny? Am I interesting? Did I hit a nerve with people? What is going on?
Yeah.
So I'm getting some like hate comments, people saying I'm stupid in their stories. And for me, that was my version of what you got, where I was like, all right, we're working with something. Let's go. And it's interesting how different those experiences are.
Right.
And they trigger the same kind of like, okay, let's get to it. Because after that, I was like, let's go. This is serious. This is what I'm going to do. And it's going to work because I said so.
The actual thing, that's actually the reason why I stopped posting on social media for a little bit.
Why?
Because, well, I haven't posted on social media in like a year and a half. So like it's complete, except for my stories, my page is completely blank. Only because like, I want to see it like a year and a half ago. I was just in a really bad place. Just like, I didn't know where to go, who to trust, where to, I had no idea where to put any of my thoughts. I was drinking a lot, and I was...
what happened?
It's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess I got comfortable where I was. And I was kind of letting a lot of the important things in my life kind of, take a back seat. And I don't know. I just had a lot of things that I was confused about, a lot of things that I didn't want to admit to myself, just a lot of things that I was just lying to myself about. And the worst thing you can do is lie to yourself. The only person you cannot lie to is yourself.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of that. I didn't want to come to terms with a lot of things. Like, oh man, I was just like, it was just a bunch of like, oh, this isn't happening to me, or this is not, trying to play a facade of like, to the outside of like, oh, okay, this isn't like, that's not happening.
Am I prying if I ask what was actually happening?
Just like family stuff. I talk about it in my stand-up, but just like, stuff with my...
That's interesting you say that. So you can't talk about it, but you could joke about it.
Yeah, it's I have a weird way of like, I've been told that I'm very reserved with my emotions, and I'm very,
Yeah, says the guy who's so in tune with his emotions.
That's what I'm saying though, is because like the people who tell me that I'm reserved with my emotions don't know me. Because if you watch me, well, first of all, if you know me, you know that that's not the case. But also, if you watch my stand-up, I have a safe outlet to let it out. It's not all...
What makes that safe if you got a crowd?
It's safe because I feel comfortable.
But the people don't know you.
That's the beauty in it, is they get to know me after I'm done,
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't mind people knowing me. I don't want to know you. I don't care about you. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. So that's the only reason why
I want to know you guys. I love you. I'm going to give you all a kiss on the lips.
Well, this is her show, so, she's,
Disregard this man.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
But you're willing to open up about stuff that you're not willing to talk about?
Absolutely.
What the fuck?
I'm still letting it out. I'm not like keeping it reserved, and I'm like in tune with how I feel about things, I know what everything that I go through, I know what it is for what it is, which is the truth. I know why things happen. I know how things happen. I know what comes of it. And most importantly, I know exactly whose fault everything is. And
you're able to be like transparent with yourself when it's your fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk about it on stage. Yeah, of course. I talk about it on stage. There's things I've been through with, friends and women and whatever. That's all. That was completely my fault. And I'll talk about it on stage, and I'll tell people, yo, I've done dumb things, bro. Don't do dumb things,
Yeah. I can speak to that. Done a lot of dumb things.
Yeah. I have no problem being transparent and none of that. I just don't like people enough to like, want to.
But if you have fans, you appreciate your fans, though.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate everybody that supports me. I appreciate that. I don't, like, want to be friends, though. I don't have friends.
What?
I have 2 friends.
That's friends. You got friends.
One of them is my brother's best friend. The other is my sister's best friend.
Why don't you have friends that are yours?
Because I don't like people.
You gotta cut this out. What do you mean? Like,
people are annoying. People are dumb. People are dumb. People are narcissistic.
Okay.
People are not able to admit when they're at fault.
Okay.
And people are just annoying.
You see, you're messing me up here. Because I don't want to, I'm going to say it. You sounded pretty pessimistic, and I'm not enjoying that right now. How are you so positive about like where your life is going with like comedy and stuff while still being so negative, while having such a negative outlook on people?
I know it's not a negative outlook that I have on people. I don't hate people. I have people.
You just say you don't like them.
I have people in 2 categories: people I don't like and people I don't hate. And that's how I keep it moving. That's how I stay out of my head. That's how that's how I'm able to be so in tune with like situations, and I don't beat myself over the head about things that aren't my fault, or things that like I can't control, or things that I can't, change. I just understand things, and I understand that I've made mistakes also. That's why I stay out of the way, But then when people try to get in my way, that's when I'm like, time to get back in the lab and start writing about how dumb people are.
See, but that's the because you say that like people say that you're reserved, and you just explained exactly why you're reserved. I feel like it's more of purposefully closed off.
I'm not purposely closing myself off though. Like I let it out in my stand-up.
Yeah, but what's so wrong about letting it out to people? Like one-on-one people, or like groups of friends, or even making the friends to begin with. Like it feels a little bit like self-sabotage.
No, I don't know. I feel like maybe I've met enough people. I've been enough places. I've just seen.
But you haven't met the right people. Because if you did, they'd be your friends.
I have two.
They're your brother and your sister's friends.
I still love them.
And they probably see you as a baby brother. And at that point, they're not even friends. They're siblings.
I still love them.
That's fine. You could love a bunch of people, but you need friends. Okay, I'm going to sound so My Little Pony, but I think there is so much power in friendship and having a solid, not even group, but just people that are your people. Because I would have been fine if your two friends were just your two friends. But those are, I don't want to call them conditional friends, but I'm sure things would get like weird if they stopped being friends with your siblings. But I think that having a solid group of people who you can trust and who you can vent to whenever, and not just a crowd that doesn't speak back, is super valuable.
I do though. Well, they're family, I guess.
Okay, but is it like cousins, like people close to your age? I got
cousins, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I got sisters. I'm just talking about people that I'm not blood related to.
Yeah, no, because stuff like that scares me. Like, I want you to have friends. Like, I'm saying this from such like a, I don't know, I get really soft with this stuff.
Well, I'm 24. I'm not, like, my life isn't over yet.
Yeah, but you acting like it is.
No.
Like, you're like, I've met enough people. I've had enough not experiences, but like,
for now,
people, they suck.
For now. I never said screw people, they suck. I said a lot of you are dumb.
And he said he don't like you.
Go back and quote me. I didn't say screw you, you're dumb. I said a lot of you are dumb.
That's what I heard.
I don't want to be friends with you. And I don't like you.
I heard I hate you. That's what I heard.
No.
No, because like,
I said there's two groups of people. People I don't like and people I don't hate.
Yeah. That is not I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. But my brain's judging. I can't lie. I would like you I would like you to be open to friendship and love from non-familial sources. I want you to try that. Does your mentor ever say anything about that?
No.
What is up with that guy?
What do you mean?
Dante, why don't you teach this man that it's a good thing to have friends and good old platonic relationships?
Me and Dante are friends.
He's your mentor. You never called him a friend. So, oh my God, this is stressing me out.
What?
I just want you to have friends.
Why?
Because friends are so good to have. Like, I don't know, that just stressed me out so hard. Like, my brain is just like...
This is the first time I've seen her in 10 years, by the way. I want you to be happy. I want you to have friends. I want you to have a good life. I want you to, I want all the best things for you.
Because I want that for everyone. I feel like for as long as you're not a bad person, you deserve a lot of good things. I don't think that you have to be this magnificent human being to deserve fucking love and light and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just corny, but that's how I feel. Maybe
no, it's not corny.
You're
it's just like
dark comedian. I feel like that's what that is.
Well, my comedy comes from a dark place.
Exactly.
If you've seen my comedy, it's very dark.
So do you think your comedy would suck if you were happier?
Ooh. I've actually never thought about that. And I don't really want to think about it.
I think you should.
Would my comedy be worse if I was happier?
Mm-hmm. Because coming from a happy person, I like to think...
Happy's an emotion, though, and emotions are fleeting. So
this, man?
Are you a happy person or are you a peaceful person?
I'm a happy, peaceful, joyous ray of fucking sunshine, okay? And I would like to think, because I don't think I'm funny. Like me, you don't need to comment on that. I don't want you to comment on that. I don't... I don't think that I'm funny in the sense that like I tell a joke and people laugh. Because if I tell a joke, that's just gonna be a knock-knock joke and you're gonna laugh because it's corny. But I think I'm funny in that my general being and existence makes people laugh. Reasons? I don't want to know. Because I'm sure it's just because they look at me and they're like, you know what? She's a fool. Bless her heart, you know? And I feel like that's why you just laughed at me a few minutes ago. So I think that at least, because I'm just thinking about my own question.
Okay.
I don't think happy people can be good comedians. They're just funny people to be around. They're just someone you don't mind having in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I gave you a little space to think about that, what you think?
My comedy. Yeah, I think my comedy would be worse if I was a happy person. If I was a happy person.
Why aren't you a happy person?
Because happy's an emotion.
But what do you?
You're not one emotion. You cannot say I'm a sad person.
You ever seen Inside Out?
No. I've not seen any of the movies. I've not seen a lot of the movies that everybody reveres and loves. I have not seen a lot of them.
Do you do that on purpose?
I've not seen Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, but do you do that on purpose to like not interfere with like your comedy stuff? I just know that there are a lot of creatives that sometimes don't consume certain things because they don't want it to interfere.
I've not seen A Bug's Life.
Thanks for just ignoring my question. No. Appreciate it.
I actually
haven't seen A Bug's Life. Wait, that is one of the best Pixar animations. Hold on.
I actually wait. All right, no, go ahead. I'll get back to your question.
It's such a nice, smooth, and at the same time crunchy looking animation. It's just the way that it looks is probably the most pleasing thing to look at. Have you seen how water's animated in Bugs? Well, no, you haven't seen the fucking movie. But it's like, oh my God, what?
I brought that up because I didn't hear your question.
After I repeated it like 3 times?
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Well, my question was, do you not watch movies on purpose to not interfere with your comedy?
Oh no, I just don't care. I don't have to care about things I don't need to care about.
You're killing me, but you don't know you need to care. No one needs to care about anything. It's just...
Exactly.
So why don't you want to? Why don't you want to care about those things?
I just don't. It's just like some things don't need explanations, you know? Like I just kind of like, you know, some things is just like I don't play video games either. Why don't you play video games? I just don't. But why? There has to be a reason. Why? Are you like sad and miserable and are you like don't like to have any fun?
All right, to be fair, people who play a lot of video games are usually sad and miserable. So it's not like that. But I'm just saying, like, do you have any passions outside of comedy?
Of course I do.
Okay, but what are those things that like get you going and make you happy and make you just want to like and like click your fucking heels and run in the meadow?
Wrestling. I love wrestling.
You are one aggressive soul. Okay.
How is that aggressive?
Wrestling?
Wrestling is all gimmicks. It's all characters.
But they actually get hurt.
So
it's still a painful thing. Like I'm in that in between about wrestling where I'm like, okay, it's not boxing. Like it's not as real in the way that it's like staged and stuff. But they're still bleeding and it's still painful and they still get hurt. You enjoy that?
I do. That's mostly a childhood thing though. Mainly my main childhood memory about wrestling is action figures. Every Christmas, I would get a brand new Rey Mysterio action figure. Yeah, no, wrestling has more nostalgic value to me more than anything, you know, specifically Rey Mysterio. I loved him when I was younger. You know, it's just like, I don't know, just being that young. I think it was like, I was 5 years old. You know?
Baby.
Yeah, just a little baby, wee little baby. And seeing Rey Mysterio on TV every Friday as a champion, you know, because at the time, I'm just saying at the time, there was not a lot of Mexicans being put on TV that were, you know, not stereotypical, you know, like the way people think that we dress and the way we talk and the way we are, you know, the way, you know how we like are presented.
The whole cholo
exactly.
Thing, yeah.
The whole, you know, orale Holmes, you know. Yeah. So Rey Mysterio was the one who really broke all those molds for us. And he was on TV with a championship belt, and every single kid would show up to the wrestling, whatever, wherever they were at that night, right? Like, didn't matter if you were white, black, Asian, you would show up with a Rey Mysterio mask on, because it didn't matter, race didn't matter. Under the mask, anybody could wear the mask.
Yeah.
So it was really just inspiring and really cool just to see that as a young child,
Yeah.
I feel like I really shaped a lot of the things that I ended up wanting to do. I just wanted to be somebody that mattered that much,
Yeah.
So.
And I'm viewing this from a very like girl who knows nothing about wrestling kind of POV. And like all I know is like the stuff that at least now makes it to like Instagram and stuff, and just of like how offensive wrestling was back then.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about that right now, and I just wonder if that plays a part into your career choice, because there are a lot of things that I will not say on camera that I've seen, or like things that the host would say and all this stuff, and I'm just like, stuff is checking out. Which leads me to the question that I forgot earlier. Where do you think the line is when it comes to like the whole idea of, oh, well, if it's not offensive, no, it's only funny if it's offensive. Because some people are like, oh, like you shouldn't be able to do comedy if you can't, say a joke without offending somebody. And then there's the other side that's like, well, it's not funny unless it's offensive. So where do you stand on that?
In that context, there really is no line. Funny's funny, though. It's just like you can really, like, you can say whatever you want, but you have to say it for a reason, Shock value doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
People, audiences will see through that, And especially if it's not who you are, you cannot make an audience believe that you're something that you're not. Because if you don't believe yourself, the audience is not going to believe it either.
Okay.
Audiences are not stupid, So... I would never, just only thing, but really, mostly the comics are more stupid than the audiences are, but just like.
So question, I don't know why this was sparked, but where do you see yourself, I want to say in 10 years career-wise, or even just your life, the life that you live?
I see myself at peace. I see myself touring, hopefully. I see myself living a sustainable lifestyle.
Okay.
That's really, I think when I started, I had the big goal of like, I want to be the most famous of all time. And I want to, when I was like 18, I wanted to have all the awards and be on all the TV shows and,
Now you just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I just want to know that I'm living life the way I want to while doing my comedy the way I want to, which is only way I know how. I can't fake it. I can't.
I like people who think big and stuff, and because I think big myself, I don't know why in my brain, like you saying that just now, I'm thinking about like your first special, and it's called My Way or the Highway, because it was just very like, I need to be famous, not famous, but I need to, do well in the thing that I want to do in the way that I want to do it. And I'm like,
right.
As much as I want to be like, not everything's going to go your way.
Right.
People have told me that a bunch of times. I'm like, look at it, going my way.
Right.
So I hope that that's what happens for you.
Thank you.
Plus, some positivity and light thrown in there. Just a little more, optimism.
A little more pep in my step.
A whole lot of pep. All the pep.
Well, probably won't happen anytime soon. But
you're fucking kidding me.
This is what I do. I piss her off, and then she just, she just has to sit there and take it.
No, side note, when we were in middle school, you know what? I'd be wrong if I said we couldn't stand each other. I know, I'm only gonna speak for myself. I knew I couldn't stand him for probably the first 2 years of middle school. You're only in middle school for 3 years.
Yeah.
And first 2.5 years, couldn't stand him. And I don't know what happened. You like flipped a switch, you changed, and you were just a chill guy after that. And I was like, okay, Lara's cool. And then after that, we were solid. And then we graduated and didn't speak for years.
Yeah.
So he's reigniting the first 2.5 years of middle school in me right now.
I owe you time,
I
feel like I owe you.
You ain't gotta throw it all at once.
Well, I'm not gonna see you for another 10 years, so we'll do this again in 2035.
No. no, you're gonna be back here right before your next special because you're gonna come to Yip to my Yap for your promo.
I should, yeah.
And then I'm gonna be like, roll back the tape because you're gonna name it My Way or the Highway, and we're gonna talk about the time that I said that that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. I'm gonna be a renowned, podcaster, and then you're gonna be a comedian, and it's gonna freaking work out.
I like that.
I'm all about claiming it, being it, and acting like it before it even comes true.
I have a name for my special already, though.
All right, fuck me then. All right, what is it?
I won't say it out loud, but
why not?
I know what it is.
I feel like that's the best way to put it out there.
Get it out in the universe. I do that though.
Do it here.
I'll walk out in the middle of something that I'll walk out in front of the.
Whisper it. Whisper the title. Say it.
Oh.
Well, come on, I want to know it.
I have let it out into the universe though. The universe is.
But do it again. Do it into this mic.
Right now.
Yeah. What is it? This is the safest space. I have some of the most pure energy you're ever gonna run into in your life.
Well, I haven't seen you for a very long time, so I can't.
But you agreed to be on the show, right?
I can't be too sure about that.
You agreed to be on. You agreed to be on because you were like, you know what? She's pretty all right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't like that you're not telling me, but it's okay.
I only told you I don't want to get your hopes up. I don't want you to think, oh, I gave him a name and then I don't name it that.
That's cool, but I want to know the name. I gotta see what beat my name.
I'll tell you off camera.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. That was real Brooklyn Italian of you. Come on, guy.
No, mine is more whiny Puerto Rican. I'd be like, come on.
Did you like Bad Bunny's album?
All right. I don't know Spanish, right? But I be rap geniusing my way through everything. And from what I read, this is nice. I thoroughly enjoy. I'm not going to say the name of any of the songs because I'm going to sound like a white girl saying it. But the trending one that everyone likes that they do the little picture thing to, I think is so nice. And I play it in the morning and do the and I'd be like, ooh, and I'd be having a time.
My sister loves Bad Bunny.
Oh.
Which is,
Has she ever seen him?
Yeah. Twice.
Nice.
It's cool. Which is weird because my sister's, like I told you, my sister's LGBTQ,
So what makes that weird?
But she won't tell me what letter she is, but she's one of them, And no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing though, right?
What do you mean?
Here's the thing. I remember when my sister came out, right? My parents thought it was a phase or whatever. They thought she was trying to just wanted attention. So, but me and my sister... But me and my sister are really close, right? So I just asked her straight up. I was like, "Is there any guy in the world that you would have sex with?" She was like, "Yeah, man. The only guy in the world that she would have sex with is Bad Bunny."
See, but that's because he's
because and I was gonna say that's the gayest answer she could have gave me. That's the gayest answer she could have possibly gave me. And it's not completely because I think Bad Bunny's gay. I don't know if he is or not. That's a gay answer to me because I would also have sex with Bad Bunny. And I'm not gay. I just like Puerto Ricans. That's just my preference.
What?
And that's one of my jokes that I always tell.
I fucking know it. You know what? I was like, I'm gonna let him
works
rock.
every time.
I'm gonna let him rock.
Gets him every time.
No, but it is crazy. But it's not contrary to popular belief, or is that popular belief? No, popular belief. I don't know. Contrary to general belief of people, you know how Bad Bunny at one point was like, "Ooh, Bad Bunny." I mean, even now, girls "Oh my God, Bad Bunny!" Ha ha ha. He doesn't do it for me. The shape of his head, the facial hair. No, I look at things and it it just doesn't.
Right.
And I hope this doesn't get in the way of him ever being on the pod. But the way his hair even grows out of his head, not a fan.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
But he, at the same time though, he looks very Puerto Rican. But there are 3 different types of Puerto Ricans. There's the Bad Bunny type of looking Puerto Ricans. Then there's the Puerto Ricans that look like Lunay with the hair that's super pinned down to their head.
Yeah.
Looks almost glued down and a super unwell. It's just they all look this is certain type of Puerto Rican. And then the other one is just the one that's not cute.
Yeah.
Cuz Bad Bunny's not oh my God, but he's more attractive than the lesser attractive Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I'm so glad you told the joke because I was like, I hope that I can see it in the video. I'm looking at you and halfway through I go, oh, this is it. Because I knew that something that we would have talked about was going to trigger it. I was like, it's going to happen.
See?
It's going to happen.
We're both good at what we do.
Would you look at that? And that's where we're gonna be fucking famous. We're gonna be the top. His sets are gonna be so popular that they're gonna be on Spotify because people just want to listen to it on the train. They're like, you know what? I'm feeling funny today. Let me listen to Lara.
That's what I used to do, actually, when I first started. I used to listen to comedy albums like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Comedy albums
Chris
are a
Rock.
thing?
Yeah, of course. It's a category at the Grammys.
What?
Best comedy album, yeah.
So, but what is it? Like, how is it structured? Is it like a set that's like...
It's your special broken up into tracks.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you have one joke about something, it's the same as the song.
Oh.
So if you have like a 6-minute bit about ice cream, you know, it gets put into a track probably named Ice Cream.
And then somebody samples it, puts it in a rap song.
Yeah, there you go. You know?
Wow. See, okay. There's a lot that I don't know
There's
about
a lot,
comedy.
yes.
And that's why I brought him on, because I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not an authoritative figure in that section of life. But I think we're going to wrap up soon.
Mm-hmm.
So... is there anything that you want to tell the people that you want them to take away from just you as a human being? Let's say this is your last day on earth and you got to leave the world with something. Like something that, you know, it could be foolish or it could also be something very meaningful and profound. That's up to you. What would it be?
I don't like you.
Don't be a... Like that shit on a tombstone?
I knew it. No, look, I am a person. I've seen a lot. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of really great things. I've done a lot of not so great things. I've been around. I've met a lot of amazing people. I've met a lot of not so amazing people. But I'm not perfect. I am working on things. And I feel like right now, I'm in a peaceful place. I'm in a good place. I am just really, really excited about what's coming next. You know, I got a lot of things that I'm still trying to, you know, work through and, you know, maybe
like making friends, being happier.
We'll prolong that a little bit, but you know,
next time he's on here, he's gonna have 10 friends.
3, maybe.
7 friends and a girlfriend.
1. Now you're doing too much.
What do you mean?
You're doing a lot.
What? That's not a thing?
That's a bold prediction.
Why?
Because.
What? Women are great.
Debatable.
What? Wait. What you mean?
That's highly debatable.
How? I am one. I think we're like a hoot and a holler. All right. I guess Lara once again doesn't want to talk about something that's a little deeper than surface level.
Ah, come on.
He doesn't want
to. We can get into it, but these lights are all going to go out.
No, you can talk about it. I control the lights.
I can get into it?
If you want to. How you feel about women, Lara?
No.
Yo. So you really not gonna
I
talk
like
about
women.
Them? Oh, yeah, I think that's
I like women.
Mm-hmm. That's all you... What?
I've met a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. All right. So... I think that's our sign to go.
Oh, man.
If I had to leave it with anything, it would be to make some friends. Having friends is great. I want you to lead a happy life, a joyous life, one full of peace and sparkles and glitter, as he says. I want you to go after the thing that you want, no matter how many people are telling you that you're foolish, it's stupid, it's cringy, and it's dumb, because it's going to fucking work out for as long as you want it to.
As long as you're good at it.
You hear this shit?
You got to tell them the truth. You can't lie to your audience.
This is how I talk to myself, and this shit's been working.
But you're good at what you do.
I don't need a Lara in my head saying, yeah, but what if you fucking suck?
No, but you're good at what you... Erica Starr is good at what she does.
Erica Starr is great. And I need you to think that you're great, too. Because everybody's great at something. So just find that
Patrick
thing.
from Sheep's Head Bay might not be good at anything.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Somebody. There's definitely a Patrick from Sheep's Head Bay watching this, and he's not good at anything.
That sounds personal.
You're gonna. You should. Apply to be a sanitation worker, and just hope that things work out.
They make good money. All right, guys.
That's why I'm saying you should go make good money. Don't waste your time trying to be
Thank you for watching.
A ballerina.
Thank
can't
you
dance.
for listening.
You're
Please
not good.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
You're heavy-footed.
Follow me on all my social platforms.
You have gout.
This has been Anthony Lara, and I'm so Erica Star. Like I said, once again, thanks for watching, listening, all that good stuff, and please do whatever nice things that your site tells you to do because it helps me a lot. And with all that said, we're signing out, and I'll see you next week. Bye.